Psalms chapter 11. Are you there? And they can't explain why. So many of them have gone to several churches, visited several places, visited several spiritual houses, and yet nothing is happening. Can I say this, ladies and gentlemen? The beginning of deliverance is discovery. I got to hear you. Listening to the Bible, it said, "And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Touch your neighbor, say, what you are about to hear this morning will help you. If you didn't do that one, say to your neighbor, what you are about to hear this morning will help you. Say it loud and clear, say, what you are about to hear this morning will help you. Verse 3 of Psalm chapter 11. I'm an ancient prophet and teach spirituality. From the Bible, I bring up the spiritual part of every Bible and I bring it to you because what you should do in church is to learn spirituality. You go to school to learn medicine, and after 5 years you become a medical doctor. You go to school to learn banking and finance, and after 5 years you're an accountant. Is that correct? You go to school to study law, and after 5 years you're a lawyer. So coming to church, what are you supposed to do there? To study spirituality. So in 5 years you should become a spiritualist. Who is a spiritualist? A man in charge of spirits. He who has control over spirits. And the moment you become in charge of spirits, that is power. What is power? Power is not the longness of your chain. Power is not the size of your ring. Power is the number of spirits in your possession. The number of spirits you can control. Touch your neighbor, say, are you listening? Touch your neighbor, say, are you listening? Verse 3. If the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? Father, I ask that you open both my mouth and their ears. That I speak spirit to spirit communicate to them. That they will live here today worried and troubled until they find solutions to their problems. If I hear that your amen loud, you are the one I just spoke to. I want to preach very briefly on what I told. What if your foundation is your problem? What? Please, I want you to listen to me as if you're listening to an ancient prophet. Not as if you're listening to. I don't want to use the word a pastor because we are all in the same category, but in different frequencies and vibrations. The pastor is a shepherd, the prophet is a shepherd. We are all looking after people, is that correct? Because we're in different dimensions. God has gifted everybody in different dimensions because problems are different. No matter how anointed a man is, when they do a magic, they go village, go find books and they leave. No, you're waiting at all. You don't lay hand on a chair. You look for helps. That's why God has divided this as these giftings. Am I talking to somebody? Yes, now, what if so many times, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard people preach and tell you that the problem you're going through is from your foundation. I am aware that a lot of people are carrying people to their family places for family deliverance. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. A lot of people are tired and have said, pastors, they scam me. They say, prophets, they scam me. They say, we don't do family deliverance 28 times, 35 times, and nothing is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, I came here this morning to open your eyes to understand that sometimes when a man tells you your condition is your problem, it does not mean that you should not bring that healing on again. Sometimes when a prophet tells you that your foundation is your problem, it doesn't mean that you should not organize deliverance. I will explain that to you. If you can follow me. Every man has a root. Every man comes from somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, you would not be alive if you didn't have a father. Unfortunately, your grandfather is no longer alive. And I want to say this to you, sir, that there are so many of them who prospered because they entered into a covenant. When we talk about foundation, what are we talking about? We are talking about covenants that were entered by our ancestors. When we talk about foundations, we're talking about agreements that our ancestors, our fathers, entered in the spirit that governed their life, that made them succeed and made them live a very prosperous life. There are so many of them that entered into several agreements that you are not aware of. Let me shock you, ladies and gentlemen. If a pastor look at you and say to you that your problem is your foundation, he may be correct. How? Because there are so many of us who are suffering today because their fathers entered into a covenant that in their lifetime, as long as they don't commit abortion, they will continue to succeed. You're following me now? There are men who enter into covenant and say, as long as they will never steal what does not, they won't take what belongs to another. May they continue to see money. May they continue to prosper. They enter those covenants. Now a young man has arrived and he does not understand the dimensions and oppressions and the covenant that govern his lineage. Now he wants to steal and it's not working. He is paying money in the shrine and it's not working. He is sowing seed on the altar and it's not working. And a man looks at him and says, your foundation is your problem. And what he thinks is, go and scatter your father's house. His foundation states that nobody will steal here and succeed. It means that no matter how much you pay in the hand of any spiritualist, as long as it has to do with collecting what does not belong to you, it will not work. So your foundation is your problem. Am I talking to anybody here? There are so many people who their ancestors entered into a covenant that they will never shed blood. Here comes a lady who does not understand his foundation. He has committed several abortions and now is asking the Lord for the fruit of the womb and it's not coming. Unknowingly to her that she has broken a law that governs her foundation. So what is her problem? The foundation. But it is not going to break it. There are so many of you listening to me. All you need is a one-on-one counseling with a spiritual man so that they can trace where you have gone wrong so that your life can become better.
There are so many of us. What we need is a one-on-one counsel with a prophet, a spiritual man who can trace generations ago, years ago, to understand the covenant and the dimensions and the orders carrying your life. Some people said that as long as they will never sleep with a married woman, that nobody will die premature in their family. But all of a sudden, you came into this generation, and now the only woman that enters your eye is a married woman. You are breaking the patterns that should have carried the success that your grandfathers carried. I want to pray for somebody hearing the sound of my voice. After my teaching, the Holy Spirit will open your eyes to understand the foundations that your fathers have laid for you. Sir, the foundations of your fathers were not wrong. The problem is that some of us don't understand how we operate. Some of us don't understand how to continue what they left for us. All we do is to find and scatter what we don't understand. When I came in, the first thing I asked him is, when is your counseling? Because what some of you need is not laying your hands. I had this man of God with genuine power if you can pay the price. Power is in you. If you say there is no genuine power, it means there's no. So the question is, what is my foundation? What was the covenant that carried my father? What made him so rich? What made him live long? Now, in this generation, they are talking in my father's house. But it was not so. And then somebody will tell you that somebody now they pursue you. No. Some of you need to come and see them and say to thank God. I'm here because it's also a spiritualist. I'm here because, when I use the word spiritualist, some of you misunderstand. You go to school. The Bible said that God is a spirit. How can you have a God and serve a God as a man? So what you should come to do in church is learn how to communicate with spirit. Right on. Lift your hands somebody. Say, open my eyes. Oh, come on, say loud and clear. Say, open my eyes. And you say loud, say, open my eyes. Come on, say loud, say, open my eyes. Say one more time, say, open my eyes. Say one more time, say, open my eyes. Sir, I want to shock you. You get people where they will work for, no matter how many things they do. Why? Because in their lineage, stealing is not part of it. So there are people, I don't know if I'm talking to somebody here. There are people whose business is not part of their ambitions that their father laid. There are people traveling outside the country, it's not part of it at all. There are people, their father said all their lineage will stay in this country and develop it. And all you are doing is look for visa. And anytime you come before a spiritualist, they say your foundation is the problem. Are they wrong? No! But the question is, how is the foundation the problem? Touch your neighbor, say you need spiritual check-up. You need spiritual check-up. You need heaven and say, touch your neighbor, say you need spiritual check-up. See, I can stand here and say, can I prophesy? And I begin to pray for you. But that cannot give you longevity. What I teach is what will help you even in the absence of the prophet. What can help you even when the prophet is not around? Okay, let's say for instance, a governor arises in River State and says no more church in River State. How will you go? No, you didn't hear what I said. A government can arise and say no more church. The question is, pastors, generals, have you successfully raised men who can still continue to run a business because of what they learned over time? Or are we still making people to come under our grace without helping them develop their own grace? There is a place for honor. Because God chose the mark over your head. But it becomes an abomination. The
that the person under you for 5 years is still a baby. Did I come to make you believe me? I didn't even want you to believe. Whether you're watching online anywhere, I'm saying what I know. He has made me glad. There's a leap when I am so glad. Something is about to happen to someone. I will rejoice, for he has made me glad. He has made me glad. I was so glad. Means you met something. You can't fight what you met. If you still bear your father's name, you met something. If you still go home once in a while, it means you have not run away from what you met. How long will you run and stay in the city? There is something to address in the village. It is not going to bring down the order. It is trying to understand the order. Because what you are fighting can be what can help you. They only lie to you about it. What is the meaning of St. Peter's Anglican Church, St. Paul's Catholic Church? This is reference to ancestors, 10 men who fought battles before the arrival of this government. So if my father fought battles to have me here, I should give honor to whatever he put on that. That is true now. Who told you your father is evil? It's not evil. I don't believe in coming to the front. You do another one, you go back, you go portrait, go die. If the earth is hungry, it doesn't matter how hard you work, you will be hungry. Feed the earth. Why not? I will rejoice. Some of you want to eat now is no longer bread, it is questions. Some of you question. You have prayed too long, it's not working. Some of you want to eat now is no longer sowing seed, it's questions. You have sown too much, it's not working. Stand on your feet. It's time for question. It's time for question. There is something that you need to know about your generation. There is something you need to know about your father's lineage. There's something you need to know about your mother's lineage. There's something you need to know about your life. And that is the beginning. Why you resemble your mama, you don't know. Your father and mother gave birth to 5 children. 2 resemble mother, 2 resemble father. You don't understand life. You don't understand that. What you have between your leg as a man is a spoon. The moment you enter into a pot, you must correct something. Some of us, our problem is because of the pot we are eating from. I can prove it to you, sir. Do you know that one of the greatest responsibilities of a man in the life of a woman is the moment you marry a woman, you bring out what is inside of her. What is the responsibility of a spoon inside the pot? Is to stir the salt, the wrinkle, the vegetable, make everything mix together and it becomes sweet. Am I talking to anybody here? That's why when a good man enters the life of a man, he puts out a country as a natural man. Don't you remember I said, mind where you put your spoon. Yes, baby. Pull off your shoe. I want to send you to a journey that your fathers did not succeed because they didn't understand the relationship between man and the earth. I want to send you to a journey that if the earth is against you, if your foundation is against you, you can't succeed. Don't forget that before that time, Moses was already on the rock. Why? Because he had already poured blood on the earth. He killed somebody trying to save another. So the earth was already against him. So how can you succeed when the ground carrying you is already after your life? So God wanted to give him a future, wanted to give him a mantle that will bring out his name, decided to reconcile him to the earth first. That was what happened in that bush. He said to him, pull off your shoes. So it was a process of reconciling him to his foundation before he hands over his mantle to him. No matter what you look for, no matter what you carry, if what you, the one carrying you is not with you, that one will fail. For charity begins at home. If the one in your father's house is against you, the one from Yoruba will be after you. Am I talking to anybody? I know you. Lift up your hands. Come out from the camera. I want to pray some dangerous prayers here. Take the camera away. Lift up your right hand. In my sleep, if you say that you are incarnate, there is something I don't understand about my life. In my dream, come and show me. I want to start correcting things from the beginning. I want to pray.